What is up, y'all? Got another mower. Could not pass this one up. Neighbor down the street runs a lot of scrap. He had gotten this mower in, and he knows I like mowers, so he stopped by to see if I was interested in it, or maybe get parts off of it. Well, after looking at it, I had to have the entire thing. And I just went, hey, what are you wanting for it? It's like, take 10 bucks? Deal, I want it. 10 bucks. This is something you've never seen. I guarantee it. And if you have, you're one of the oddballs. Because there wasn't I've done some research on it. It's a late 90s Craftsman lawn utility vehicle. And turns out there's a lot of recalls on it. But it's still a very unique machine, and I'm going to build it. I like it. So here it is. Look at this rig. Yeah, that's an oddball. Mid-engine. Got a dump bell on it. It's actually supposed to be a bagger that goes on there too. The mown deck's missing. The bagging attachment's missing. It's had some work screwed with it on it. It's missing the carburetor. It's pretty unique. Craftsman lawn utility vehicle. Very unique. You can see the mowing deck being gone. You can't really tell whether it's like a 22-inch deck. It's basically a glorified push mower. But it'd discharge up into here, and it'd be a big bagging box where all the stuff would come right up into it. And you could either run it with a bagger, you could take the bagger off and use this like a utility bed, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing about it is it's actually on hinges as a dump bed. That's pretty cool. Very unique. So here's your blade engagement, which no longer works. This here for your deck height, no longer relevant. Yeah, that's an F&R transmission. This is actually an MTD. It's not a true Craftsman, whatever. It's a glorified MTD truck thingy. So you got brakes here, which work very well, and here's your gas. That's how you go forward. Instead of having a traditional clutch where you let out and it goes, this, the more you push on this, the faster it goes, because it's got the very, very lovely MTD Very Drive. Yeah. And there's the F&R transmission. The Very Drive. And here's a little cool little tidbit I found out last night when I was messing around with this, because I have already started on it. This rear end is actually posi track. That's right. It's already posi from factory. That's pretty cool. Got little bitty 6-inch rear wheels. I've already got tires for the back of this. Little bitty floors in the front, which I'm not even going to mess with because they work just fine. I had to put a tube in one of them. Not a big deal. That tire went flat, but that's alright because I'm putting brand new tires on the back. But yeah, what powers this little rig? Well, the seat folds up to reveal the almighty 6.75 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor. That is a glorified push mower motor. No throttle control. It's just fired up and it runs where it wants, just like a push mower. And it will run. Here, let me pull this here off. Ugh. That's actually got some weight to it. The seat's no good, of course, but it's the same. The seat is the same bolt pattern as a Murray, and I happen to have a couple of Murray seats that are brand new, so I've got a seat. Takes a little bitty battery. It goes right here, which I've already got this unbolted. This is going to be gone. I'm going to put a regular mower battery on it. So we'll take that out of the way. And I also unbolted this thing. Which unfortunately this doesn't have the cup holder, because there's actually a cup holder attachment that goes here. And I don't have that, unfortunately. But that's okay, because that's all metal. Pretty thick gauge metal too, so I'll put a cup holder on it. And it opens up quite a bit. Now you can see it's missing the carb. Which a carburetor for this, I've already looked it up. Carburetor is about less than 15 bucks for a brand new carburetor. And this motor will run, I've already tested it. It's pretty cool. Now what do I plan to do with this? Well, let's before we get to that, let's flip this thing over. So you can see the underneath of it. That's basically a glorified Murray wide body steering setup. Pretty cool. Works very well. I already took some of the, for the mowing deck, some of the bracketry out. Like here's a thingy for the mowing deck. That's still got to undo. Yeah, this thing's a nightmare with the belt drive. 3 belt, or actually 4 belts. Yeah. So you got your main drive belt here going to the very drive, and then another belt off the very drive to the transmission. Then you got another belt that comes off here for the deck, goes up to this jack shaft, which is all that is a jack shaft. Another belt to the mowing deck. It's a weird setup. It's got a cable brake system, so here's the brake. It's cable operated. Then here's your main clutch rod here that moves the clutch. Tightens the belt up and all that. It's a weird setup, it really is. And that looks like that might be bent a little. Not a big deal. But yeah. And of course, that motor, there's a bolt, there's a bolt, and yeah, there's the other bolt. So yeah, that's a push motor motor. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to stay like that. Posi track rear end, which is weird. In case you want to look it up, there's the model number for the rear end. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's tip this thing back up. Yeah, pretty cool little deal. My goal, or my plans I'm thinking about doing, first of all, those back tires have got to go. Being Posi track, yeah, we need some meteor tires, so I happen to have some brand new V-treads sitting right there. That would look very good on the back of it. Speaking of which, here's one that's already mounted up. Yeah, that would look pretty good on the back of this. That's definitely something that's going to happen. Another thing that's going to happen is, I'm going to leave it up to y'all. Would you like for me to get this motor, get a carburetor for it, get this motor running, and just run this motor? As boring as that sounds. Or would you rather see me swap a different motor on it? Like say, an 8-horse Briggs? Because it really wouldn't be hard to swap it. A little bit more power. So that's something I'm wanting to do, is possibly swap the 8-horse onto this. It doesn't need any more power than that. This thing would be a death trap with a V-twin. So I'll leave it at that. Another thing is, I'm going to run the very drive for now until the rear end breaks, because it's, let's face it, it's going to break at some point with me riding it, because you know I don't go easy on these things. I can bolt a regular 5 or 6 speed in it and make it gear drive, or an actual manual trans, and I could run that very drive too, or I can delete the very drive and just run direct trans with a standard style clutch, which would be pretty cool too. Another thing I'm wanting to do to it is this back box. I kind of want to redo this. I want to go actually out to about here. I want to build a new bed and make this about 2 foot long. And I think it was about 30 inches which would come out to about here. Just to the edge of the tire from side to side. So it'd be a little bit bigger bed, the haul stuff. That's something I want to do. And the rest of it's pretty standard. Maybe build a new, build a block off plate for here and that. Just cap those in, put the battery right there and a cup holder. Get rid of this shaft here. If I run an 8-horse, I would take the exhaust, get rid of this, run the exhaust down through here, and then a muffler underneath because I'd want it to be quiet. Because I do intend to use this vehicle, this thing. Because it's pretty cool. It's got some really good steering, which is, I'd say more or less pointless to have really sharp steering on this when it's posi track. Kind of stupid. I don't know why it's posi, but it is. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool little rig. So, yeah. How about this? How about so this video is going to be a little bit longer, but it is a pretty unique vehicle. You don't really see much. I've only seen 2 videos on YouTube so far of someone that had one of these. There's really not a whole lot out there on these. Like I said, it had multiple recalls. It was a flop. It was a dangerous machine. But it's cool. I like it. If you look at it, it's a freaking skateboard with a motor on it. That's pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to put a lift on this. Build a swamp buggy. That'd be kind of neat. But yeah. So to end this video, let's fire this motor off real quick. And you be the judge if the motor swap is going down or if we're just going to run this little bitty push mower thing. Yeah. I already know what y'all thinking. Yep. That's what I thought too. So I've already got a motor. It is electric start. It's pull start and electric start, which is pretty cool too. Again, it is a push mower motor. So let's go over here and hook some juice up to this battery. Oh. And for those that actually pay attention, that's a different battery. I'll show you what that came out of in a little bit. So yeah, we'll hook that up. And, we have no juice. Oh, we got multiple. Maybe it's this one. There are so many wires coming out of this little bitty motor. Why? Why is there so much wiring for some? There it is. There it is. Alright, we go over here. A little hint on the next video, by the way. Yeah. Right there's where the carb's supposed to go. A little chooch, a little too much chooch, but whatever. Put this back over here. Little prime for a good time. And it will run. Like I said, a carburetor for this is like 13, 14 bucks. Less than 15 bucks for a brand new carburetor. I don't have an airbox, unfortunately. The airbox is actually more expensive than the damn carburetor. It's like 20 bucks for the airbox. But I don't think I'd really care, because if it blows up, it blows up. But yeah, there you have it. Let me know what you think of this little thing, if you want to see this get built. Because I want to build this. Take it to some derbies, and kind of be like my golf cart. Put a bench seat on it, instead of just a single seat, a bench seat. That'd be pretty cool, little parts hauler. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you want to see more on it, subscribe. Stay tuned, hit that bell. So the next one, later y'all.